and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our next speaker, Otto Heutling.
So most people think self-defense starts with the attack, but it doesn't. It starts way before that. A rape doesn't start with a rape. An assault doesn't start with a punch in the face. An abusive relationship doesn't start with abuse. There's things that happen before that. And that's when you should be trying to sort this out, because it's a whole lot easier. I've been teaching self-defense for 20 years, and I can tell you without the shadow of a doubt that if your goal is to be safe, there are much more important things to focus on than fighting techniques. So my model of self-defense is different. I call it FemPowerment. It's not so much about the fighting technique, it's about who you are. It's about being yourself. It's about expressing yourself. Self-defense situation, be it before or during or after. And you're also much less likely to get into that situation in the first place. Gavin de Becker, an ex-CIA and FBI profiler, and the world's foremost expert on warning signals that precede violence, says that these signals are not only present, but perceived by the victim 100% of the time. Think about that. It's just that most people don't know what to do with these signals. They don't even know that there are signals. Most people don't understand how self-defense works, and that is the problem, not the lack of fighting skills. So here's a story from my own life. I grew up in Germany for the most part, but when I was about 8, 9, I was living here in Sydney, and my dad usually had cleaning jobs at night time, so he could look after us during the day. And one night, my brother and I couldn't sleep. My brother was 1 year older. Actually, he still is. And so we went with my dad to his work. So it was about 2 in the morning. It was dark. There's no one else around. And we were weaving our way through the back streets of Surrey Hills. And on this one particular street, this guy was coming towards us. Kind of skinny, medium height, wearing a t-shirt, jeans, and carrying a plastic bag. And he was walking towards us and past us, and he was behind us now. And then my dad says to my brother, turn around, see what he's doing. So my brother turns around, and he said that he's turned again. He's walking towards us. Now think about what you would have done in this situation. Would you have even turned around? So my father reaches into his inside pocket, pulls out his little Swiss Army knife, opens it up, turns around and holds it up like this. What do you think the guy did? Oh yeah, you turned right back around and off you went. But my dad sounds a bit crazy, right? Because the guy hadn't actually done anything. He was just walking towards us. But 2 days later, we get up in the morning to go to school, and my dad's up, as always, making our breakfast and listening to the radio, and he's all worked up. This is a breaking news story that 5 people have been stabbed overnight in King's Cross. And they gave a description of the guy, and it sounded just like him. Like that guy from the other night. And my dad was adamant it was him. And a few days later, they caught him, and it was. He was right. Do you still think my dad is crazy? Now, the thing is, you don't have to threaten someone with a knife to sort this out. Because maybe on that day, you don't have your knife on you. Right? So, but you can confront them in a different way. Right? You can knock on someone's door You can make a scene. You can run away. Even just turning around to face him makes you safer, because now he knows that you know, and that makes you a harder target. But a lot of people won't do simple things to keep them safe because they don't want to look silly or rude or paranoid. And because they just don't know. And with FemPowerment, I'm going to change that. My own sister was raped. But you know what? I'm not worried about her in the slightest, because I know she can look after herself now. And it's not because she learned how to fight, but because she's turned into a really strong woman. So FemPowerment is about being confident in who you are. It's about trusting your feelings and your intuitions and acting on those. It's about being assertive, to set your boundaries decisively and unwaveringly. It's about being determined to be who you are, to be yourself, and stand by that and stand up for that. And when you do that, it's not really about self-defense at all anymore. It's about being empowered in everything you do in life. It's about living your life on your terms. It's time for a new paradigm of self-defense and ultimately empowerment, FemPowerment. Join me.